Hello YouTube. Today's video is going to be a follow-up video for the video I did yesterday. So that was the part 1 and this is going to be the part 2. So the part 1 I was showing how to repaint a bumper using spray cans, and we finished up sanding down the panels, then priming the panels, and then respraying the panels with color match spray cans. So it's going to be the continuation from there. So yesterday I was running out of light and I stopped doing any more works onto the bumper, and so this morning, now the paint has cure. Now there are many ways you can buff the paint. So the traditional way is you get some cutting compound like the Maguire's or maybe Roots, and you gotta squirt some of them into microfiber clothes, or if you got a dual action polisher or maybe a rotary polisher, so you can go ahead with those machines. So because this paint has a little bit heavy orange peel, that ripple effect I was showing you in the last part 1 video, I'm gonna go ahead with wet sanding. That means I had to sand down the fresh clear coat to a flat surface with 800 or 1500 grit sandpaper, and then follow that down with a 2000 grit. So you can go ahead with a lower grit number sandpaper like 800, but you gotta make sure that you always follow your sanding with a higher number sanding job afterwards. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to get all the scratches off caused by the lower number grits. So for this video I will go ahead with 800 followed by 1500, and I'm gonna go with rotary polisher with cutting compound and then polishing, and of course ultimately you have to apply the coat wax to protect all your paintwork. Alrighty, let's go ahead. If you have any previous experience with the rotary polisher, you can go ahead with wool cutting pads. These are very nice pads, very aggressive, and if you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't suggest you to go ahead with one of those, but if you have a little bit more experience, these are great. So you can go ahead with any of those, or you can also try these orange peeling pads. This is a 2000 grit, so this is like a denim pad, so this equals this is doing the same job as a 2000 grit sandpaper with a little bit less work. You can get these pads in different grit sizes. I mean, this is also 2000 grit. I believe I had some 3000. They come in 3000. Yeah, this is 3000. So this is 3000 pad. If you don't want to go ahead, or if you couldn't find those in your whatever the market or whatever the area you're living in, you can try that's not good. You can try these ones. These are sandpapers, but they will just stick to the back side of your random orbital or dual action polisher. So this is 1500 and this is 3000. So these are all wet sanding pads. So the process is simple. Squirt some water and keep buffing. So I'll do it both ways just to show you guys, and let's see how that goes. Okay, first we'll try the old-fashioned way. Get the backing pad, wrap your sandpaper around it. I'm gonna be using 1500 grit for this, and just soak it up in the water. And just to give you a little close-up of what I'm going to be doing, so this is the unsanded area of the bumper, and we're just moving along to the sanded area. You can see this little dotted texture. That means this ripple effect of the clear coat. These are the dots mean the high points, the what is still in the normal red color is low points. The idea is to flatten them out into one surface. As you can see, as I move along the camera from here to here, now you can see this is very flat. So this looks dull and hazy, but don't worry, we can polish this out. The whole point of doing the sanding is to get this orange peel out. So see, when I move my hand along, I can feel the grittiness. So you have to, once you're done, your surface should look like this here, completely flat. You don't want to go too deep, otherwise you'll go back to the paint coat. That means you have to re-spray the clear coat again. So hopefully you get the idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the dual action. So I'm gonna stick 1500 grit paper. Just try to center that, align it. There we go, that's about it. So that's the reason why I went for a small backing pad but a larger sanding pad. That means when I go to these hard to reach contour areas, the pad will give him a little flex, and creating wouldn't give me rough edges. So let's go ahead. So once you've done, if your bumper or whatever the panel you're going to be working on start looking like this, so frothy and that white residue, don't be afraid. That's all the clear coat that we didn't really need on the paint. Okay, now I have finished polishing the car with the rotary polisher, so it's time to go ahead for the second go with the dual action, and I'm going to go ahead with McGuire's ultimate polish. So once that is done, the only thing left to do is wax the car and give it a good wash and compare the results. Okay, now everything is done. Let's see the results. Everything is shiny as the rest of the car. So that's how you polish the car like glass. So if you think about it, to get this job done, it took me about 2 hours for the prep works and painting, and another 2 hours for the orange peel removing and polishing. So altogether it comes up to 4 hours. All I needed is one can of primer, one can of base coat, color matched of course, and one can of clear coat. So if you think about it, the cost of taking the car to a mechanic or maybe a body shop, and considering what they would charge you, this is very cheap and very good results, and the results are now speaking for itself. So the next time when you have a fender bend, or maybe a scratch in your bumper, or maybe if you happen to bump into someone, you might think twice about taking your car to a body shop. So considering the amount you might have to pay them. So that's all for this video. If you, as always, if you learned something from the video, if you like this video, press that like button, and if you want to see more DIY stuff like this, press the subscribe button. So until next time, take care. I'll see you in the next video. So if you think about it, to get this job done, it took me about 2 hours for the prep works and painting, and another 2 hours for the orange peel removing and polishing. So altogether it comes up to 4 hours, and all I needed is one can of primer, one can of base coat, color matched of course, and one can of clear coat. So if you think about it, the cost of taking the car to a mechanic or maybe a body shop, and considering what they would charge you, this is very cheap and very good results, and the results are now speaking for itself. So the next time when you have a fender bend, or maybe a scratch in your bumper, or maybe if you happen to bump into someone, you might think twice about taking your car to a body shop. So considering the amount you might have to pay them. So that's all for this video. If you, as always, if you learned something from the video, if you like this video, press that like button, and if you want to see more DIY stuff like this, press the subscribe button. So until next time, take care. I'll see you in the next video.